So you may have heard that Hope Hicks was crying during her testimony last week in the Trump trial. There are headlines all over the place, like this one, and this one saying Hope Hicks weeps in testimony at Donald Trump's hush money trial. While I think it's fine for reporters to opine on the reasons why they think she might have been crying, I think it makes more sense to actually read the transcript and go through right up until the point where she's in tears to try to let people figure it out for themselves. I'm Eliza Orlins, career public defender here in Manhattan for the last 14 years, and let's get into these transcripts. I'm going to start with the questioning. To your knowledge, did Trump communicate directly with Mr. Cohen about these reports that Stormy Daniels was paid $130,000 a month before the election to stay silent about her allegation? Answer, Hicks. I only know of one instance where they communicated directly with one another, but I can't say about other than that. And for the one instance that you know of, when did that conversation take place? Sometime in the middle of February. How did you learn about it? Mr. Trump told me about it. And can you describe the conversation that you had with him and about the conversation he had with Mr. Cohen? I believe it was the day after, the morning after Michael had given a statement to the New York Times saying that he had, in fact, made this payment without Mr. Trump's knowledge. And so Mr. Trump was saying that he had spoken to Michael. President Trump was saying he spoke to Michael and that Michael had paid this woman to protect him from the false allegation and Michael felt like this was his job to protect him, and that's what he was doing. And he did it out of the kindness of his heart. He never told anybody about it, and he was continuing to try to protect him up until the point where he felt he had to state what was true. And this is what President Trump told you Michael Cohen said to him. That's right. How long had you known Michael Cohen by that point? 3.5 years. And did the idea that Mr. Cohen would have made a $130,000 payment to Stormy Daniels out of the kindness of his heart, was that consistent with your interactions with him up to that point? Mr. Bove, objection, the court overruled. That was because this is still during direct examination. Defense lawyer objects, the court overrules it, so that question stands. Hope then says, I would say that would be out of character for Michael. Why would it be out of character for Michael? Objection, overruled. I didn't know Michael to be an especially charitable person or selfless person. He's the kind of person who seeks credit. Did Mr. Trump say anything about this issue when you told him Michael made the payment? Just that he thought it was, a generous thing to do and he was appreciative of the loyalty. That's all I remember. Did he say anything to you about the timing of the news reporting regarding, he wanted to know how it was playing and just my thoughts and opinion about this story versus having the story, a different kind of story before the campaign had Michael not made that payment. And I think Mr. Trump's opinion was it was better to be dealing with it now and that it would have been bad to have that story come out before the election. Thank you. Mr. Colangelo, no further questions. The court, your witness. Then defense counsel says, may I inquire? You may, and that's when cross-examination starts. Apparently, right around the end of her direct examination was when she got a bit tearful, and then she apparently was really crying at the beginning of the cross-examination. Ms. Hicks, I want to start by talking a little bit about your time at the Trump Organization, if that's okay. Nods, yes. I think you said you started around October of 2014. Nods, yes. Yes. She says, sorry, it's okay. And your initial title was the Director of Communications? Yes. And that was a position that the Trump Organization created to bring you in, right? Yes. And I think you said this morning that you focused on real estate, hospitality, and entertainment. That was your portfolio there? Yes, crying. Sorry, crying. Could I just have a minute? Of course. Sorry. Judge, maybe we could take a break. Ms. Hicks, do you need a break? The witness, yes, please, crying. Jurors, let's take a few minutes. All rise. And the witness steps down. A lot of these articles about Hope starting to cry during her testimony are saying, it resulted in a brief interruption of the trial. They had to stop trial. This is fairly common. As a defense attorney who's been practicing for 14 years in Manhattan, I can tell you plenty of times during cross-examination of witnesses, they've cried and they've needed a break. I just think that we don't know why she was crying, and I thought that those 4 pages of the transcript, both the end of her direct examination and the start of her cross-examination, would be more illuminating than all of these articles that are just kind of out there talking about the reasons why when nobody knows what's actually going through her head. Let me know if you want to hear more stuff like this or if there's anything else particularly that you're interested with regards to the Trump trial. I'd be happy to go into whatever you guys are interested in. And thanks for being here. Thanks for liking and sharing and commenting because that helps reach folks. And I appreciate you.